Now to the ongoing situation playing out for coastal communities both to the east and to the west of Lake Okeechobee as millions and millions of gallons of polluted lake water continues to be discharged into the rivers and estuaries.
This as Everglades restoration efforts ramp up to be able to mitigate those harmful flows and send clean water south as nature intended. Here's tonight's Don't Trash Our Treasure.
People are scared and they're alarmed because they don't want a repeat of what happened back in 2017 and 2018. It was beyond just devastating to our economy. It was devastating to people's lives and their health.
Bracing for impact, communities on both Florida coasts closely monitoring the billions of gallons of water being discharged by the Army Corps of Engineers from Lake Okeechobee east of the St. Lucie River and west of the Caloosahatchee River to alleviate the higher than normal water levels caused by one very wet, dry season.
Because of these releases, we're seeing a really high amount of tannic water, which is brown, tea-colored water that's making its way into the estuary.
Dirty, polluted water laden with fertilizer runoff from farmland in Central Florida and other sources north of the lake that fuel deadly algae growth.
And it could inoculate the river with blue-green algae. It makes, most of the organisms less resilient to bounce back in the event that we do have a large-scale red tide outbreak as a result of the nutrients that are transported.
The discharges began in mid-February.
The decision I had to make was to lean more towards flood risk management, but acknowledge when I make that decision, I'm having a harmful impact to the environment.
To date, 46 billion gallons of lake water have been released to the St. Lucie River, while another 118 billion gallons have poured into the Caloosahatchee River.
We are seeing the proliferation of algae. We are not experiencing any type of mortality from fish yet.
Typically, it's the hot summer temps that exacerbate algae blooms. All this underscoring the urgent need to repair the flow of water that historically fed the Everglades. We got a progress report on the massive effort underway.
It takes time to build this infrastructure and get the system restored.
It's the largest restoration project ever, billions of dollars at work from state and federal funds covering millions of acres.
This area south of the lake was drained for agriculture. Today, it's mostly sugarcane farming. That disconnected the Everglades from the lake.
For over 100 years, the Everglades have been dredged and dug for agriculture and development.
This is raw, polluted water. It's excessively high in phosphorus, nitrogen concentration. It's causing impacts on both of these coasts.
Everglades restoration is about repairing the damage we've done, sending clean, fresh water south through the River of Grass.
I refer to it as the bypass surgery for the Everglades because it allows us to take water from the lake, store it, clean it, and send it south.
Last year, ground was broken on the Everglades Agricultural Area Reservoir, the EAA, a 6,500-acre stormwater treatment area that will alleviate the need for harmful discharges to the east and west, but it won't be finished until 2030.
When that reservoir is complete, we'll be about 70% there. At this time, we're approaching about the halfway point, and all of these little projects serve a purpose around the system in helping us to distribute water in the right places at the right time and at the right quality.
Work also moving forward to raise Tamiami Trail. Built in 1928, the road cut off almost all water flow into the southern Everglades.
Within the next year and a half to 2 years, we'll see that completed to where Tamiami Trail will no longer be that bottleneck. We can alleviate these high water conditions in the water conservation areas and get that water where we want it to go, and that's down to Florida Bay.
For coastal communities, the completion of these restoration projects can't happen soon enough.
We're all in a pickle. What we want to continue to see is this movement that, the ecology and the restorative efforts for the environmental aspect is becoming a priority because it is.
And the target date for the Everglades to once again look like the historical Everglades is 2040. But the EAA reservoir and sending clean water south is only one piece of this puzzle. Calusa Waterkeeper underscores that restoration efforts must include areas to the northeast and west of the lake. For now, the Army Corps of Engineers has scheduled a 2-week pause on those Lake O discharges beginning March 30th to give those rivers and estuaries a break, and they need it. We have so much more on the story in our web story. Scan that QR code. It'll take you straight to the Don't Trash Our Treasure page on local10.com.